Welcome back to Clark Star Culinary. We are going to be making some bone broth, and for this recipe I have 5 pounds of beef bones. I'm going to let these roast in the oven for 1 hour. Okay, we've got all of our bones and other bits and pieces out, and we're going to head over to the oven. The beef bones are finished roasting, and I have a very large crock pot here. I'm just going to add the beef bones into the crock pot. Let's start putting some seasoning into our broth. We got 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of peppercorns, half a teaspoon of coriander seeds, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 4 bay leaves. To help break the collagen down in the bones, I'm going to add 2/3 cup of dry white wine and a 1/4 cup of raw apple cider vinegar. Now we're going to fill the crock pot up with water up until about 1/2 inch from the inner rim. I added 3.5 liters of water. I'm just going to make sure all these bones are down in the water. I'm going to put the crock pot on its highest setting for 9 hours, and then we'll come back and add the vegetables. We're going to chop up some vegetables for our bone broth. I'm going to start with 2 small carrots, and you can put more carrots in if you like. The more carrots you add, the sweeter the broth will be. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out how many carrots you want to use. And we're just going to do a coarse chop. And I'm going to set these aside for now. We're going to add 8 cloves of garlic. And really simple, all we need to do is just give these a nice pop. We'll be sieving off the broth, so you don't have to worry about removing the husk. We've got some celery. Just do a coarse chop on that. I have a nice sized knob of ginger, which is really good for your stomach, and we'll just need 3 slices of it. We have a medium sized onion. We're just going to cut that in quarters. We're going to add these vegetables in the last hour of the cook. We just want to get the essence of them into our broth, and we don't want them to cook down. So I'm going to put a top on these, put them in the refrigerator, and once the bone broth is cooked for the first 9 hours, I'll come back and add these in for the last hour of the cook. And now we're going to add our vegetables. Let's stir the vegetables around. Then we're going to place the top back on the crock pot and set it for 1 more hour. The vegetables have been in for 1 hour. We are going to sieve off the bone broth, but first we're going to remove the bones and the vegetables. Okay, I've gotten out as much as I can, and now we're going to move over to the sieve. This smells so good, and you can tell that it is full of flavor. So let's get this poured in. On the top of the broth is a very good deal of fat. So we're going to put a lid on the pot, put it in the refrigerator, and let it cool so the fat will solidify, and then we can just remove it off. All right, we're back with our broth. It's cooled down out of the refrigerator, and now we're going to remove the fat layer from the surface and just set that to the side. And make sure you get out as much of this as possible because you don't want that in your broth. This is a great broth to sip on if you're having stomach issues or lack of appetite. You can use it for soups and sauces, and it can also be used to cook rice for additional flavor. To store the broth, I'll be putting it into 1 liter mason jars and putting it in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. And I have a funnel and also a sieve to catch any additional fat that I may have missed. So this looks really good and clean. And I have some more here. So we'll just keep going. This recipe yields almost 3 liters of bone broth, and we will be using this throughout the week. I hope you all really enjoy this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification icon so that you can be notified of our next video upload. Until next time, bye-bye.